No, we're at a meeting.
I understand. Well,
Introductions too.
yeah, the last time I had an introduction, the introduction went so well, I started just leave, after that, only go downhill from there. But what an honor and a privilege to meet with you guys today, and what an honor and a privilege it is to serve as your mayor. We've been in office about 16 months. Have we accomplished everything we wanted to? No. Have we put a dent in it? Yeah, I think we have. Just for example, Tuesday I had 5 meetings that day. One at 10, one at 12, one at 1, one at 3:30, one at 5:30, and one at 6 o'clock. And every one of those meetings was something productive for your city. As I've said, I'll meet with anybody, anytime, anywhere, as long as it's progressive. And I mean that. Did want to make a quick introduction. Time gets by pretty quick, and we say, well, yeah, I know my brother and sister and I have talked about this, that, we say, well, we need to do such and such, and we need to do this. And what does that really mean? We're probably not going to do it. But back in late September, I got a phone call late one night from the newspaper. Donald, put you on the spot, and I didn't get the phone call, and I was kind of glad I didn't. Next morning, I go in City Hall, and Mike Gardner hands me his resignation. I had been in office since about a year, since November, and there my clerk is gone. The Board of Education hired him. But Don, do you remember when you called and asked me what my thoughts were on Mr. Gardner leaving the city? And what did I tell you? I don't like it. And I didn't tell him anything else. Not much of an interview, was it, Donald? Donald said, Mayor Smith, I understand that Mr. Gardner is leaving the city to take a job with the county Board of Education. What are your thoughts on that? I don't like it. Well, do you want to comment any further? Nope. I don't like it. Not much of an interview. But, things work out. We opened up the job, posted it, got 34 applicants. But from the beginning of the application process, one applicant kind of just kept raising to the top. And then we went through the interview process. And that one applicant, I think we picked 4 or 5, something like that in the interview. And that one applicant just kept rising. And I'd like to introduce our clerk, who's actually worked in the city 14 years. It was my privilege when I was on the council before to have a hand in hiring her, because I felt like she'd be good. I've made a lot of decisions, some good, some bad, but that was a good one. Debbie Miner, our city clerk, been in office since October. Mike Gardner was a fine man. He still is a fine man. He's doing an excellent job for the Board of Education. But there has not been a drop-off. And there may have been improved. Anyway, I've worked with 4 city clerks, and that was in the top 2 in climbing. Miss Ann Kelly was special. She set the bar up there pretty high, because she did all of the things that 3 or 4 people do now, and Miss Ann did not know or want to know how to operate or how to do anything on a computer. But I am very, very proud of all of our city employees. I'm especially proud of our city clerk. All of you that don't know Debbie.
You do like it.
Yeah, I guess as Donald would say, well, what do you think about the job that Ms. Miner has done so far as city clerk? Donald, I like it. You can quote me on that. Go over a little, what do y'all want to know? I'll answer any questions you want as long as they're not personal.
If it makes you a little health scared.
Yeah, I was about to ask that.
That's personal.
Yeah, we know each other.
Okay, that's fine. Well, I was in ICU for 3 days, weekend before last. As you can see, I think I'm gonna be all right. I'm 6'2" and weigh 235 pounds. I am 61 years old. I know those of y'all think I'm still a teenager. I'm in the last years of that. Especially Chris, you can understand that. Most of what's wrong with us is hereditary, and then the things that we do with our lifestyle may or may not help or hurt that. I've had a irregular heartbeat since I was 37 years old, first diagnosis. You talk about something that scared the doodle out of you. That did, because, you know, at 37 you think you're invincible, and there you are. You know, you wake up one night and your heart's beating irregular and it's doing like boom, 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 and fast. And, you know, I thought I was going away from here. Then, hadn't had any problem, none whatsoever. I mean, you get out of rhythm every now and then, and then you go back. But for some reason, since the first year, I just hadn't felt good, you know. And I attributed it to, well, I put on some little extra weight during the holiday. And I thought, well, I'm tired, or, you know, the weather hadn't been good. And then I thought, I said, well, I'm constipated. Figured that, and I'd eat or drink and it'd get right here and stop. So I figured my gallbladder had gone out, and it'd get better. So when I finally, I'll have to tell y'all quickly, Thursday, 2 weeks ago, my youngest daughter and her fiance bought a house. And all of his folks, his 3 brothers and his mother and dad were coming down to have him move in Friday and Saturday and Sunday. So I told him, I said, you know, a lot of y'all know that I cook barbecue. I said, well, I'll fix y'all some barbecue. So that Thursday evening I was doing it, I was feeling rough. I had swelled and I was having trouble breathing, not the shortening of the breath or the tightening. I was just so full. I said to myself, I remember, I said, I'm gonna get this barbecue done. It's just the last thing I do. Dang, everybody was. And you know, my wife had left me. She's staying with her mom while her health is improving. So I said, well, at midnight, I said, well, I need to call her. I said, nah, I'll see if it gets a little better. 2 a.m. and maybe it'll get it a little easier. 4 a.m. I said, okay, I'm waiting till daylight. And I called Miss Joyce about 5:30. I said, if you don't mind, when the lady comes stay with your mom, how about come by and take me to the hospital? What's the matter? I said, I'm not feeling well. She said, well, I've got to wait till my sister gets here, and so on and so forth. I said, okay. She said, call your sister. Well, I didn't want to go through the whole thing with Ann about her having to get dressed and this, that, and the other. So I called Chief Bartlett, our police chief. I said, Chief, you in town yet? He said, no, but I can be there in about 25 minutes. He said, what do you need? I said, well, I need somebody to take me to the hospital. He said, oh, shit. I'll take care of it. 3 minutes later, Chance Hunt knocking on the door. Mr. Wayne, what's the matter? Having a little problem, Chance. I said, I need to take him to the hospital, but I'd like to take a shower first. He said, no, you ain't. Get in. And, you know, like I said, I weighed 235 pounds. I got out there and they weighed me, and I weighed 256 pounds.
Woo! Yeah.
Fluid. And the staff out there, you know, the little lady came in and told me, said, your sodium is real low. We need to keep you overnight and give you an IV. And quickly I said, all right, I'll do that. She said, phew, I thought that was going to be tough. But I was hurting a little bit, and I knew something wasn't right. And of course, Dr. Durant, the rest of the staff out there kept me all day, got 10 pounds off of it. Dr. Davis came by late in the evening and said, I'm going to go ahead and transfer you to the city, put you on the Lasix drip, put you on the cardigan drip, we'll do a heart cath Monday morning. You're showing signs of congestive heart failure. Then they went on to say it's not as bad as it seemed. So, you know, like I said, spent the weekend at Russell Medical Center Resort in ICU, and had a heart cath Monday, no blockages, no stents. I'm taking as much medicine as Cheech and Chong did, but with some changes. I may still be in what you call AFib. That doesn't clear up by the latter part of next week. He'll take me and shock me and get me back. So I'm gonna be fine. And what really humbles me is the thoughts and prayers and calls and texts and visits. When your golf pro comes to see you in the hospital, wow. that means something.
I gotta be honest, I was there to see Miss Robin,
Yeah.
and they said the mayor's 2 doors down. I said, well, I gotta go see the mayor.
But,
I didn't know until I
I
got there.
just, my family, my church family and my friends, yeah, I'm overwhelmed, by that outpouring of support. I didn't know y'all cared that much, and I appreciate it. Well, that gets rid of the questions. Yes?
Can you tell us what's going on new that you can talk about?
Yes. I'll be glad to. Would you like me to do that at this time? I'll be glad to. Just what we did this week, reopen the bids on the demolition projects. You'll notice in the next few days, there are gonna be some houses taken down in town. There's a 10-day window on this contract. We're gonna get it out of the way due to pitfalls. The guy that was the grant administrator left. You know, no call, no emails, no contact. We went to his house, so we had to get another group, East Alabama Planning, to pick up the pieces from this. We're gonna get these 10 houses gone, turn right around and apply for another one. And in that, there is gonna be some degradation and what's the word I'm looking for? Thank you, Ms. Minor. That's why she makes big bucks. There is gonna be some condemnation of some properties. It wound up, this was being voluntary. We have got some places in town that are gonna have to be condemned.
So where exactly is it?
Is what?
Where you're taking the 10 down? Are they all in one location?
Ms. Minor has a list in her office. There's Patterson Street, 280, Smith Street, Houston Street,
So just scattered.
all over. We just about let bids on the Courthouse Square streetscape project within the next month. Let me talk a little bit about Keebler Park and Creation Plantation. Miss Diana Porter has kind of taken this as her project. She's planted over 1,000 daffodil bulbs. They're blooming now in Keebler Park. She's planned a April 14th citywide, gonna have a 2.5K 5 run, hamburgers, hot dogs. You can buy and decorate a table, just a spring fest, if you will, there in Keebler Park and Creation Plantation. Maybe an issue with parking there. What we're gonna do, there's plenty of parking at the ball field, plenty of parking at the Baptist Church, and we've got some of these side-by-sides and gators and what have you. We'll get you back and forth there without any problem. Also, they're having a little, my sister is having a Annie Armstrong walk. You know, she said, I need a place to have it. Let's have it at the park. It's gonna be small, 10, 12, 15 people, but it's gonna be something. Use that park. Have every one of you seen Keebler Park? Have you been over there recently? Everyone been over there recently? Go, look at it. Nice little walking path. It looks as, these last couple months, it looks as bad as it's gonna look, you know, in the dead of winter with no leaves. It's only improved. Wonderful place. Mr. Ward came to City Council the other night talking about the Soapbox Derby, the 2nd annual. Gonna be in August. Let me go down through. Got some useless properties that we're working on. Boy, that's pleasant. You know, that's pleasant. You have people cuss you out one day and thank you the next, or thank you one day and cuss you out the next. That's all right. I'm a big boy. I can take no problem. Highway 49 waterline project. I'm happy to say that every person in the city limits of Dadeville has access to city water. It's been some 18 years. That little section from the bridge, railroad bridge, to the city limits has not had city water. Through a group effort with the City of Dadeville, Water and Sewage Board, County Commission, ALDOT, Jackson's Gap Water Authority, TAL. You get that many agencies working together, what do you think?
That's just a miracle.
It worked. And of course, go ahead and put it out there. Yes, one of the people served out there is my sister. That's not my fault. I didn't make her live out there. So anyway, we have a new beautification committee in town, beautification board. E.R. Farrington Jr., Rayford, is the chairman, and he's got some good, strong members on it. You're gonna see what they're gonna be doing in the next few months. First project they got Mr. Jerry McGookin has set them up some trees to plant. In places in town where we've lost some of our good shade trees, we're gonna replace those. And then they'll go on from there, may go back to doing the yard of the month, the, business of the month, and just beautification and improvement. They have no bylaws and no budget, so, they're gonna be fine. You know, I said, do whatever you want to. Miss Peggy,
Yes,
let's see, you live in the city,
I do.
and of course, Ms. Minor lives in the city. Philip, you still with us? Yeah, that's right on the corner, you know you do. Y'all like, have you looked at your water meter lately? How about you, Philip? Yours all right? Debbie, you like yours? Y'all wanna get a new one?
Sure. I did wanna ask you a question too, but that's my time to ask. Yeah, okay,
We'll get some new water meters.
okay.
Easy read, we can go down the street.
Mine has been out there since the 1800s.
It's probably not real active.
Yours is a little bit newer than that.
You think so?
Yeah, a little bit newer, maybe early 1900s. But, they're gonna be easy reads
Good.
where we can actually ride down the street.
And just look
And
out
read
the
your meter.
window and look at them.
It'll pick it up through the Wi-Fi and hi-fi.
Y'all gonna need a loan?
No, as a matter of fact, that's another, glad you mentioned that. Got our, met with the auditor Tuesday. City is in better financial shape than it's been in the last 12 years. When I was elected, when I ran, I said, we are gonna be physically responsible. Sometimes when somebody asks us for money, we're not gonna be able to do it. A lot of times we will be. We are going to be physically responsible. If that hurts some folks' feelings, that's just the way it is. I don't wanna be embarrassed and put a load of debt on this city, and I'm not gonna do that. And my council feels the same way. We're in the best shape we've been in 12 years, don't let that correlate that I was in office until 2005, and have been out, but that's just the way it falls. Any other questions?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, you're talking about the city water beyond 49. What about the city sewage in town out 49? Are we gonna ever get any?
Would love to do that. There's not any place to put it except in the road. And that is State Highway 49, and guess who controls that?
States.
Yes, ma'am. Would love to do that.
I know.
Looking at a proposal possibly in the back,
Okay,
possibly in the back to do that. Already have looked at that
okay,
and
good.
are studying to see about it, because volume will take care of a lot of things.
But it's beyond us.
Yes.
City sewage is out
Yes.
at Veranda.
That's
It's
correct.
down at Calvary Street.
Right.
But it's not on our street.
Like I said, we're looking at something in the back to do that. More customers we have, the better the system will operate.
All right.
Good question though, I want to bring that up,
Are
good.
there any new businesses coming to town?
No.
You
Yeah,
said they were.
As you see, there's a little bit of grading and going on down next to Dollar General. That'll be the side of our AutoZone, we'll be opening in May.
Anything else coming to town?
Yes. Do y'all like CC's Pizza?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Out at the, truck stop on the right side of the road on 280, Planning Commission approved the variance, so they can, get to work on putting a motel and, Waffle House out there, along with including redoing the truck stop as it is, so a truck can get in there.
Mr. Patel told me about that a while back.
Yeah. Yeah, well, we're waiting on well, matter of fact, we've got some preliminary plans, a preliminary drawing. So it's gonna be soon, yeah.
Good.
Got something else in the works? No, I can't
Any
talk
more
about
Dollar Generals popping up?
Highway
Land,
50.
Highway 50, we got going down 49, another one.
As far as I know, yes, ma'am.
They all coming, okay.
And, there's been a change in the, Rite Aid has been bought or consumed by Walgreens, and they're possibly gonna build a new building.
Oh,
but still within the city.
Oh, yes. I won't talk to them unless they do. Any other questions? Comment?
Thank you for everything you're doing.
Thank you.
Keep it up. Keep it
We
up.
work for you. We work for our constituents, all of our city employees, my clerk, we work for you guys. Ms. Carlisle,
Yes.
Ms. Bullock, step forward, please. Ms. Minor. As you work. You know,
Photos.
you know, it's like I said, we try to do everything we can. I've had people come to me and say, you know, the city needs to do this, and this. And I said, well, that's fine, well and good, but I'm not going to the penitentiary for that. But, I'll have to tell you, the other day at, Chamber, Ms. Bullard said, we'd like for the city to, give us some money on this tennis court. I said, how do I do that? I said, well, you need to ask. She said, well, I'm asking. And I said, well, let me see what we can do. So I left the chamber, was headed back to City Hall. Before I could get down there, Ms. Bullard had sent Ms. Carlisle, and there's, my auditor, my clerk, two of our city councilmen, and Ms. Carlisle said, Mayor said for me to come down here and get a check. Where's that?
Goodness.
We're eager.
Aggressive. And let me tell you, I appreciate that. I really do. I'm gonna get them working for some stuff for me. But, like I said, we were able to bring it up in council. Mr. Harrelson we talked about giving $250, talked about giving $500. Mr. Harrelson brought it up in council that we give 500, voted, approved, and there you are. These tennis courts mean a lot to us. I grew up playing on them.
Yes.
The Kiwanians Club several years ago took an eyesore and it made something wonderful out of it. And it's time to do a little refurbishing. So the city wants to do this to help out.
There you go.
There you go.
Stand up
Thank
there
you
with
so much.
Oh.
Come on, Wayne.
Yeah, come on. Don't get in here.
Squeeze in here.
Where you want?
Right there.
Oh, no.
You're supposed to pull your pockets out.
All right.
I'd just like to say one thing, that Peggy and I are working this project out of love for our community. We do not have children playing tennis. So if people in the community that don't even have children there can get out and raise money for our kids in our community, good gosh, parents can do a little more than they're doing.
And last month, and nobody knows anything about this, I don't think, except for Sandra, but, Coach White had called me and, asked for some help, and I said, what do you need? And he said, I would like to get knee braces for all my front linemen, because he does not want to see another accident happen to a child that happened to my grandson. Because they told Max that he would never be able to play football again. And, so they sent him to Birmingham, and through time and all, they rebuilt Max's knee. And hopefully he will be able to start in the fall playing football again. So I've raised $6,600, really, just by asking. Nobody turned me down. When I told them the story about Max, they were so eager to help me. And I have raised enough money to buy knee braces for all the front linemen at the DHS football team. So, and Dadeville is wonderful. All you gotta do is ask. If they don't have it, they'll say, I don't have it, but catch me next time. And I'll go back the next time. And if they've got it, they'll give it to me. If not, I don't, you know. But thank you, Mayor Smith.
My pleasure.
So, thank y'all.
And thank you so much to the councilman, and we'll make sure
Thank
we
y'all.
send
Yes.
notice.
Anything else?
I'd just like to say thank you to the city council for the donation for the tennis court. My daughter is on the tennis team, and she enjoys tennis, and thank you to Miss Peggy and Miss Sandra for taking this on. And we do have a match today at 4 o'clock, but I don't know who they're playing.
They're probably gonna win anyway, so.
I hope so.
It doesn't matter. All right, any more questions? Thank y'all. Thank y'all for letting me come. I ain't gonna-
Just for company speaking, just your, a little notepad and pen, in case you need to, know you're a busy man, so.
She can use it.
Well, if you can't take it, give it to
Keep up with
Miss
all your,
Debbie.
keep up with your to-do list every day on there.
Thank you, Chris.
Thank you.
That's less
Thank
than
you for
$5.
everything you do.
Yeah, I'm sure that
Yeah.
was less.